It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Central Virginia in the midst of a cold front. High temperature today is going to be 82 degrees, but don't worry, folks. I got my hat out. I got a nice warm blankie. I got my wetsuit to put on if I want to go to the pool. So the old fat guy's going to stay warm despite the cold air. So much for that. Back to the cats for the hat. A little silliness this morning. Yeah, it's only going to be 82 degrees here today. And for what we've had for the last 5 weeks or so, that's, wow, that's a little nippy. So anyway, that's what's happening on that front this morning. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. We had quite a few new people yesterday that watched the breaking news video that I put up. Welcome aboard. If you are new to this channel, we regularly talk about the latest in travel and cruise industry stuff, including this live broadcast 3 days a week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 11 o'clock, where we talk about travel and cruise industry news. And then I post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry the rest of the time. So feel free, if you haven't already, to hit that little subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner. And the bell notification will tell you when I go live or when something new is posted. So let's get right at it today, folks. Actually is an update from yesterday. The story, if you didn't see it, I posted a story about the explosion in Beirut, which eventually caused the sinking of a cruise ship that was there in port. Anyway, in a follow-up to yesterday's travel and cruise industry breaking news story and the Beirut explosion that eventually led to the sinking of the Orient Queen, investigators probing the deadly blast that ripped across Beirut are focused on the possible negligence in the storage of tons of highly explosive fertilizer in a waterfront warehouse. Meanwhile, the government ordered the house arrest of several port officials. Of course, the international aid flights began to arrive in Lebanon yesterday as the government leaders struggled to deal with the widespread damage and shocking aftermath of the blast, which a health minister there said killed 135 people and injured about 5,000. Public, of course, was highly angry over this. And a lot of folks were claiming that chronic mismanagement and carelessness led to the disaster. The Port of Beirut and Customs Office is notorious for being one of the most corrupt and lucrative institutions in Lebanon, where various factions and politicians, including Hezbollah, are in power. The investigation is focusing on how 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, a highly explosive chemical used in fertilizers, came to be stored at the facility for 6 years and why nothing was done about it. Losses from the blast are estimated to be between $10 and $15 billion. Nearly 300,000 people are left homeless. Hospitals were totally overwhelmed, including one that was severely damaged, and they moved people out in the yard and were treating them outside. So just a terrible situation in Beirut. And of course, the cruise ship that was damaged in the blast sunk yesterday, which led to the video I put up yesterday, which has gotten tremendous amount of traffic. Sad story, but the truth of the matter. So moving right along, we've got a couple things. Of course, it was I've noticed that some of the chat has already talked about this, given condolences to our friend Jason up there in Pittsburgh, who got the news yesterday that, of course, his cruise, along with everything else that Carnival still had alive in October, had been canceled. Of course, Jason was supposed to sail on the Breeze the first week of October. He has rebooked it in January, I understand from yesterday. Aligning with Cruise Line International Association's announcement on Wednesday, Carnival said they will be pausing operations through October 2020, leaving cruise enthusiasts with a new return to service date of November 1st, but pending agreements between CDC and the outcome of the no-sail order. So that's sad for Jason and the other folks that were scheduled on the Breeze and other Carnival ships in October. But we pretty much have been expecting it, as much as I hate to say that. Unfortunately, it's the truth. All right, COVID-19 has had another impact on the cruise industry, a little bit different from the cruise ship, but the magazine Cruise Travel, which is the world's leading cruise vacation print magazine, has ceased publication and will no longer be available to inspire, encourage, and inform cruise passengers and travel lovers. They've been around since 1979, folks. They put out over 240 issues of just outstanding information. Many of us at one time or another have subscribed to cruise travel that have been involved in the industry. So it's really sad to see that magazine go away. They were good folks and always had great content. I've enjoyed reading that magazine numerous times over the years. So we're really sad to see that happening. Okay. MSC. And somehow I had missed this one totally. But MSC has announced a new schedule for the Seaside. You know, I knew that Seaside was going to Europe. But I missed somehow along the line that on November 1st, she's moving her home base from Miami up to Port Canaveral. And she's doing a series of Bahamas and Caribbean cruises out of Port Canaveral, which the final sailing will be in March of 28th of 2021, when she sails for a destination of Genoa, Italy, and start a long campaign in Europe. So if you are a fan of MSC and a fan of the Seaside, she's still going to be around from November through the end of March out of Port Canaveral. So, and somehow I had totally missed that completely. So I was kind of shocked yesterday when I saw it. Okay. We have to do a daily weather update. And folks, I am happy to say that I will never again have to say the word Isiisis. That's done. It's gone. It's over. Thank goodness. But there's still a couple things to look at in the way of weather from the National Hurricane Center, and this was as of 11 o'clock this morning. There's a disturbance that's located kind of southwest now of Bermuda. It's kind of disorganized, producing some showers and a few thunderstorms. The circulation appears to be losing definition, and it's definitely not expected to strengthen due to a lot of dry air conditions around it. The system is forecast to drift southwestward and meander for the next few days. The chance of further strengthening is near zero. Now, on the other hand, out in the Eastern Pacific side of things, and again, this is as of 5 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time, which would be like 9 o'clock our time. This is a new formation of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the far Eastern Pacific, just west of Central America. And they're associated with a new tropical wave. Environmental conditions are forecast to become increasingly conducive for development. And a tropical depression is likely to form early next week, while the system moves generally west-northwestward, roughly a couple hundred miles offshore of southwestern Mexico and Baja California. The chance of formation in the next 48 hours is low, about 10%, but the chance of formation through the next 5 days is like 70%. So this one could strengthen and give us some problems out there in the Pacific. So that's what's up ahead there. All right, one other thing to point out this morning, folks. All of you guys know that I co-host a show with Pete and John on Sunday from London, the Cruise Amigos. And this week we have a extremely special guest, and it's again a show that I'm looking forward to. The show, which of course goes on live at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday. That's 8 p.m. England time. But our guest will be Shane Riley, who's Associate Vice President of International Sales for Virgin Voyages. He resides in Cardiff, Wales, has a travel agent background, and has worked for P&O, Princess, and Cunard before joining Virgin. Join us for the story of how he got to Virgin. Maybe some talk about the Scarlet Lady, the Valiant Lady, the delayed launch of Virgin, and a look at the future of cruising. And this is going to be another just fabulous show. Pete and I talked with him yesterday and doing our testing and so forth. He's going to be a fun guest again, folks. So another good show on Sunday. Make sure you mark your calendars for that one. We're going to look at Virgin Voyages. You know, they got literally everything they had in their schedule timed absolutely perfectly horrible with the pandemic and its development. So they have not gotten started yet, but that doesn't mean they're not going to. So we're going to be talking about and dealing with them very soon. So should be fun with Shane. Looking forward to it. All right, let's jump over and see what's going on in the way of chat this morning. Several people were commenting to Jason about his cancellation. And he pointed out that he booked on January 2nd. Gretchen asked if there's any news on Bonnie. Bonnie, I did check on her, and last I heard she was okay. That was the storm. It was still off the coast near her at the time. So anyway, Amy is on time and feeling fine. Good for you, Amy. Glad to have you, of course, as always. And Tom says, Bonnie watched the D&G show early this morning. She says, hi. Sounds like she is busy. Okay. Skipping on down through here. Jason says, Tom Henry, you should book on Carnival Breeze January 2nd. There might not be any Norwegian ships left by then. Yeah, you know, it's something that one of our friends over in Scotland pointed out. There's a bunch of Norwegian ships that are heading for Europe. Not sure why that is or what's going on. But anyway, a bunch of the ships that have been around here are heading for Europe now. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Emily's with us. Hello, Emily. Glad you're back alive and have electricity and stuff. We missed you at the cocktail party yesterday. Of course, we talked about you a little bit since you weren't there. Emily had 36 hours almost without electricity due to the storm. Jason says 35% capacity on Carnival ship with all platinum members might be better than Princess, just saying. And Jason's asked Emily if she's okay. Power went out from the storm for almost 48 hours, longer than I thought. Gretchen says no fun. So, and Jason says rest in peace, October. Yeah, October is now officially dead. So, and I'm just checking on down to see if there's anything major. Jason says he and Jen crunched the numbers and they got a great deal. Amy says, I love getting my cruise travel magazine every other month. Yeah, I did too, Amy. I'm going to really miss that. There's some good stuff in there. Tom is actually hoping his November 29th gets canceled just to use the 125% on 3 August 21 cruises, going on a triple on the Sky. I'm looking forward to you doing the Sky too. We have both done the Sun, and the Sky, of course, is supposed to be just like the Sun. It'd be interesting to see if it is, in fact, is as good as the Sun. I've not been on the Sky, Tom, so no, you've got. I'm kind of looking forward to your doing that one. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Emily says she's looking forward to Lady Mara interview from Alaska. That's going to be a week from Sunday. It's actually somebody that Emily saw and sent me the information on, and I started doing some checking, and we've got her set up for the Cruise Amigos on that would be on the 16th. So it's neat lady. She's done some interesting stuff in Alaska. Chillie put the hat back on. Inside it's a little warm, and I feel like an idiot. Of course, I am an idiot, but that's neither here nor there. Is that Sunday? They're going to try a Zoom Saturday. Yeah, the Zoom is that we're going to try Saturday is for the cocktail party. They're going to try that a little differently. But the show on Sunday is going to stay StreamYard because Pete and I both, for our live broadcasts, use StreamYard. That's not going to change. The cocktail party might. That's where we use Zoom, and I think they're trying something with Facebook. I don't know for the cocktail party, and they're trying Saturdays to see if Saturdays might get more people than we do on Wednesdays because some people are working, and I don't know. But anyway, they're trying some things, hopefully to draw some more people because we have a nice time. We've got a small group that meet for cocktails. It's been Wednesday at 4:00 my time here in the East, and which is 9:00 London time. And we've got several Scottish ladies, and Pete and me and Emily and Kim out in Portland, and Gretchen. And we've had a few other people here and there from all over the place. We sit and chat for an hour about whatever subject comes up. Can be cruising, can be travel, can be what's going on in the world. It can be anything. So it's become a very enjoyable, relaxing hour for a lot of us. So they're playing with that now to see if, one, we need to change the format, and two, if we need to change the time. But we'll see. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. Amy says, do you think the cruise lines are keeping some of their older, smaller ship in hopes of Cuba again will be the possibility after November, depending on the election results? Wow, that's a good question. I don't know. The rumors have it that a couple of the Cuba ships, non-Carnival Cuba ships, are going to be gone. The Lady G from Baltimore, possibly Empress of the Seas. Those are all just rumors on Royal Caribbean. We don't know for sure. But yeah, some of those smaller ships which were servicing Cuba, if there is a change in administration, and that's an if, folks, I'm not being political here. If there is a change, I don't know that, I'm not sure how it would be accepted of changing the policy on Cuba again, and how much the cruise lines are going to want to jump in like they did the last time, only to have the rug yanked out from under them another time, like happened when the Trump administration went in and did away with the travel authorization that former President Obama had started. That's a good question, and one that's somebody that's a lot smarter than me needs to answer. I would love to see it. I was all in favor, and I made my feelings known that I opposed the president's changing of that and what it did to the cruise industry. That was awful. So, but it's interesting that some of the small ships are still around, older, smaller ships. I'm not sure that that's figuring in their plans at this point, however. So, anyway, Jason says, I'm not an idiot. Thank you, Jason. I do appreciate that. I try to be an idiot. It seems to work for me. So anyway, all right. So we got a nice warm day here, 82 degrees. Nice cool day here, 82 degrees. Beats the hell out of the 100 degrees that we've had forever, it seems, and all those days in the 90s. Anyway, that's it for me for today, guys. I will, of course, if there is any further news out of Beirut, I will update you. And if not, I'll see you guys on Saturday morning for the next episode of Travel and Cruise Industry News. Don't forget, folks, subscribe if you haven't already. We do appreciate that. And as always, for any of our videos and or live streams, I do appreciate a thumbs up. Oh, I got to take Amy's comment off before I can do my closing. Where is Amy? There we go. Okay. So now I can get on to the closing of the show. Anyway, you guys have a great couple days. I'll see you Saturday. As always, stay safe, be good to each other, and I'll keep you updated if anything major happens between now and then, and see you Saturday, if not before then.
Thank you for watching today's Travel and Cruise Industry News. Join us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for another episode. Travel and Cruise Industry News is a production of Chillie's Cruises.